Good morning. Today I'm going to discuss protein powders and the best ones. Now, there's a whole lot of different makeups of dairy proteins, and some are faster absorbed and some are slower absorbed. So the theory behind it is straight after a workout, you need to have protein in your system. But if you think about it, you're eating protein consistently throughout your meals. So if you've eaten it before your workout, then you already have protein flowing through your system, and you have branched chain amino acids, which make up protein, already floating through your system from your previous meals. Now, having a big hit of protein on its own can be, over time, hard on your kidneys. So, same thing with your carbs and glycogen. If you have it with fiber or other foods, it slows down the absorption and less impact on your kidneys. So, having it with at least fats or carbs or fiber, like it does in the natural world, is going to be easier on your system than just having protein straight up. Personally, I went dairy free, so I stopped farting all the time. Easier on the system. Then also, don't want to be thinking of all the cows hooked up to hoses their whole life, just so I can have this comfort and convenience of chocolate milkshakes all the time. Now, the argument against plant-based previously was that it didn't cover the whole branch of amino acids or the full amino profile of protein. So commonly they just mix brown rice with pea protein, so it covers the whole amino chain. There are other sources like from peanuts and hemp and a bunch of other great ones. So, like I said, you want to add it to a real meal. Buy it basic and simple. Pink packaging and fat burners are a bit of a sales thing. Like we've learned previously, your body burns fat when it's free of insulin. So there's no point having insulin in your system and then expecting fat burners to be a miracle. So there is some aid, some fancy chemicals, and just some of them are some of the amino profiles. So I think there's 18 amino profiles, 9 essential ones in protein. So L-carnitine is a popular fat burner, and that's part of your protein build-up. So some come with a little extra of it. Others come with things like turmeric and spice and those natural thermogenic things. So ingredients, so you can add that into other meals of your own, or spend the extra money and get some of that. So the cheapest, best in Tasmania, go on Bulk Nutrients and buy it. Comes from Grove. They have plant-based and dairy. You can go into the store in Planet Max and get the plain package looking. Like I said, you don't need to worry about the all the big fancy words for isolated or all that kind of thing. Or concentrate. Just get straight up protein powder, add it to your foods and have it consistently. Plant-based, they, like I said, Planet Max, and in the store and Bulk Nutrients is the same company, and they do plant-based or dairy. If you're looking for something that tastes a bit better, I recommend Prana. More expensive. It's got those fat burners and things in it, and ask you what your goals are. And Macro Mike's is really good, made from peanuts, a lot of it, and they've got some really good products of pre-made mixes, so you can just add water and make cakes and slices and things. There are some other Blessed, tastes pretty good, which you can get from Tassie Sups online. And that's about all I can think of the top of my head for the best ones, my favourites. You do get a lot of grainy, horrible ones with plant-based, and if you go for the cheapest bang for your buck option of bulk nutrients or the one on the shelf of Planet Max, Bioflex, they're a bit grainy, but if you want to add them to other things, then it kind of takes the graininess away and the flavour. For example, if you want to have a shake, add half avocado to it. It gives you 10 grams of fat and some fibre to slow down the absorption. So it turns it back into a meal instead of just a shake. If you want for a pre-workout and to give you an energy boost, you add banana to it. So there's your natural sweetener, and it again becomes a meal rather than just a shake. Because previously we talk about starting a day with carbs, you produce insulin and then you start your insulin roller coaster. Same thing, the only thing that doesn't produce insulin is fats. So if you just have a big whack of protein on its own in the morning, then you still get an insulin response. So the only way to truly stay fasted in the morning is fats only. So you can put a drop of oil in your coffee just to kind of kickstart your carburetor and get your body burning fat optimally. Otherwise, just nothing. So I hope that answers some questions about protein powders and how to utilize them. I think they're really good and convenient way to up your protein, but turn them back into meals, and they're always going to be a meal. They're considered part of your daily intake as meals and not just a post-workout thing to make your workout better. On that note, protein is there to repair your muscles, so keep it consistent and keep it going through your body all the time, and it's needed to burn fat. So even when you're not exercising and not training, just keep it consistent. And then your body also does most of its repair in your first hour of sleep. So rather than having ice cream for dessert, switch it out for a high protein dessert like mousse or date balls or something like that. And with something like date balls, you've got that fibre, so it's got a slow release, so you don't need to buy that other fancy slow releasing protein powder. If you just have a high protein meal with fibre before bed, then you have that slow absorption and your body can do its job of repairing and changing overnight in your sleep, because sleep is when the magic happens, not when you're sweating and huffing and puffing in your 45-minute workout. Good. I hope that answers even more questions. I look forward to your comments and questions below.